Tonight, a special Las Vegas Broadcasting Company Charleston Antique Mall tribute. On our very first Charleston Antique Mall feature, we showcased one of our favorite antique dealers, Lynne Gordon. This week, Lynne's journey on Earth came to an end. Tonight, we pay tribute to a special lady who cared about her customers and her friends at Charleston Antique Mall. Join us now as we honor the life and memory of Lynne Gordon on this special edition of Charleston Antique Mall.
Lynne, can you show me one of the pieces out of this great case you have with all the goodies?
One of my favorites is a piece by Kristen Wolf from Albuquerque. He has been a very fine artist for many years. This comes from the 70s or 80s. Fetish bear has always been very popular in Native American art, not just in jewelry, in sand paintings, in textiles, in pottery. And this particular piece is signed by the artist, and the workmanship is absolutely superb.
Now, is this all sterling, this piece?
Yes, absolutely. Completely sterling.
It's beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Michelle.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good.
Good.
What do you have here?
Well, I have a set of Marcel Brewer chairs.
Really?
They were designed by Marcel Brewer. They're reproductions. They're
okay.
tubular chrome and cane. Marcel Brewer went to school at the Bauhaus in Germany, and later was a professor at the University of Harvard.
Wow.
And did a lot of office, and he also did the IBM building.
Really?
Right, and died in 1981, and he was good friends with Corbusier and a lot of people that graduated from the Bauhaus prior to the Second World War.
And some good company
yeah,
there.
Good company. Yeah, very good company.
How old are
and they're
these?
classic. Yeah, I mean they're beautiful. They're greatly designed. Again, this is not an actual chair. This is a reproduction, and this was probably made in the 50s, late 50s.
So they're really still true mid-century.
Absolutely, mid-century, right. And this is, he called this a Cheska chair, and these, I have 6 of them. They're
Wow.
$600.
Each or?
No, for all 6.
Oh.
Yeah. And
they're such a classic
they're
look.
really a classic. They
Wow.
all they need is some tender, loving care. And I have 6 more that I'm keeping for myself.
Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can really see this around a chrome and glass.
Absolutely, that's what I had it around my house. Yes,
Table,
so I
sure.
was really happy with it.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Well, this is a nice addition to the mall, as
Absolutely.
are you. I'm
Well,
so glad
thank you
you
very
joined
much.
us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Good.
I'm glad I'm here.
All
very
right.
Much so.
I'm going to see you later.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Hi, Sue.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
What do you have here?
Okay, I'm going to pull out of the magic bowl.
Okay.
All right.
What
this
is it?
item, and then I'm going to show you another one. And I'm going to have you guess as to what you think it would be.
No clue.
It's not a pull toy. It's not something you get the kids to play with, okay?
Okay,
All right.
no, I won't say
They are
it.
a glass ball
Yes.
in a frame that's intended to be connected to a wall. These are vintage fire extinguishers.
What?
Yeah, I know. You expected a can and all that kind of stuff. Fire extinguishers go way back into the Roman times, when they had almost like a suction device, like a syringe, but on much larger scale, where they would pull water out of something and they would push it off and spray things. They did that for years and years.
Okay.
Then they started making commercial fire extinguishers about the 1800s, late 1880s. There's patents flying all over the place, both sides of the ocean. So what happened was, remember, we had all these wooden buildings, and everybody was throwing up building as fast as they could. People were going west. Bricks, stone, all that stuff was very expensive, very labor intensive, so they were just throwing up these wood buildings all over the place. Wood factories, wood hotels.
And wood fires.
And wood fires. And so they decided that, so now we're going to put fire extinguishers, and these were easy, relatively inexpensive. They were sold door to door.
Wow.
They were sold through magazine ads, which is kind of fun.
Oh my gosh.
There is a safety issue, though, that I learned about. And so I want
Okay.
to tell you about that. These were filled with different substances. Sometimes they were just water, which
Oh.
means it's a one-time shot to get that water to the bottom of the fire.
And hope it's not a
and
big
hope it's-
fire, because that doesn't hold too
Exactly.
much.
Exactly, be a good aim. The second was there was salt water in some of them, or water and sodium bicarbonate, which is, easy.
Mm-hmm.
But then they came across a chemical that was called carbon tetrachloride. And they filled, I don't know what this is. So this was filled over 100 years ago.
Good, I'm glad you're holding it.
Yes. At the time, they didn't think it was a problem, and it smothered the fire really, really well. They became alarmed, though, because it's breathable, it's vaporous.
Toxic?
And it becomes toxic.
Okay.
So some of the old fire extinguishers had a fuse to where the fire would get to the bottom, and it would automatically set these off. So that was like the first automatic fire thing.
Oh my gosh, like a fire alarm.
Yes, they put these in cars, the vehicles like Model A's. They would have a fire extinguisher. And I know you've purchased probably a lot of old lamps, right?
Of course.
And so you've looked at that wiring and you were like, okay, in modern day times, I'm not plugging that guy in.
Exactly.
Okay, now think back to that, and all of the houses that had electric lighting had that kind of wiring in the walls, in those wooden walls with the paper on the outside.
Oh my goodness.
So they put them in homes, over the furnace. This was a big thing, These bottles came in pretty colors. Now this one is an older model. It was painted red.
Oh,
At
yeah.
one time it hung from something, because let's see the thing on the top.
That's really tiny. I mean, that maybe for a stove?
Yes, it could be. It could be a
Yeah.
kitchen item, absolutely. But it was painted red. They have beautiful bottles that have kind of a cut glass look about them. Some stand on their bottom with the thing at the top, and you just pick it up and throw it at the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, they were in hotels, lots of factories.
What a great collection. I mean, just of the bottles.
Yes,
not,
they're
yeah,
beautiful.
I bet.
And it's funny because they recommend that you look for them at the bottom of privies. Apparently people would throw things away down
my gosh.
what would be the outhouse. I don't think I'm going there.
No, let's, okay.
But they find old bottles and things like that in those areas, or trash dumps, or things like that.
Sure.
In the Midwest, where people throw things away they don't keep anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I want to caution people that collect this kind of thing. I probably would not have this in a home where there are children or things, balls being thrown around and kids playing. If you do want to collect one of these, I probably would take it to a fire station and have them remove the fluid, because they would know
And
what it
just-
is, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
What does something like this sell
Okay.
for?
This is a pretty plain model, probably found in a hospital or a factory. This one goes for about $75. Wow. This one is a little older. It might be about the same price, even though it's a smaller size.
Because it's more decorative.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Isn't that fun?
Everything I didn't want to know about.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just one of those things you need to be cautious with.
Absolutely. Well, let's handle them with care.
I promise.
And locked up, please.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Not a problem.
sweetie. All right. I'll see you later.
We're safe for today.
Okay, good to know.
All right. Bye-bye.
How you doing?
Great.
Oh,
I've
is that
got
the new Cameo?
new Cameo I want to show you.
How'd you know I was coming over to see it? You must have read my mind.
Well, so many of the cameos are faces facing one way or the other. This is somewhat unique, and it's with the angel with a chariot. One of my favorite pieces. I've not seen one before, and I have had hundreds of cameos.
I don't think may I?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen one like this with the chariot, and that is really, really lovely.
And it is a shell cameo, not a costume one. There are many nice costume cameos, but this
The real ones are shell. Is that what we need to look for?
Shell, they can be also out of stone. They can be out of lava. They can be out of coral.
And
Many
of course, we
different-
want the gold around it, right?
Well, many of mine are silver.
I'll take that too.
And that's good too.
I'll take that too. And can I ask what this costs?
Well, right now it's at $98.
Really?
Yes.
I think that's and this is all silver.
Yes.
It's
Yes, it is.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing it to me. Wow. Hey, Z.
Hey, hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. Look at you and your tie-dye.
Yes. Oh, thank you, thank you. Never, leaving the 70s. I love the tie-dye.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
What is all this?
This is a Lego system from the 50s.
From the 50s?
From the 50s, yes.
I thought Lego started in about the 80s.
I know. I thought they started in the 90s when I had children. I'm like, I didn't know. No, these are very old. They're like late 1950s, 56, 1958.
Oh,
they
my
were created
goodness.
even earlier than that.
That's
Yes.
incredible.
I know, it
Where
is
in
incredible.
the world did you find these?
In Austria, of all places.
You're kidding me.
No, because I love to travel and I love to pick wherever I go.
Of course.
Yeah, now the history is they were in a display in Denmark, in a big window display in Denmark, because that's where he was trying to sell them.
Who's
from.
he?
The creator of Legos.
Oh, my.
These are his early prototypes. Those are his boxes and his graphics. He was an engineer, mathematician, and this is what he would do in his spare time.
You know, that figures. I mean, someone with that
Right.
kind of a mind to put these things
Yeah,
together.
the geometry, the math, and all those things.
Oh,
yeah.
my Lord.
These are about 1956, 1958.
And look at the graphics.
The
They're
graphics,
beautiful.
I know, look at that. They're amazing.
These boxes are so cute.
I know, and I found them in a flea market of all places. The people just had them all over the place. They were selling them, and and they didn't see the value in it. But of course, me being a picker, I did. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Good for you.
60 plus
Were you
years
in
old.
Denmark when you found them?
I actually found them in Austria. I was
So
in
they
Vienna.
traveled from Denmark to Austria,
Yes,
and now
they
they're
did.
here.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I just love that.
I know.
love being able to trace and the history and where it's come from and
Yes.
the people
and the man
behind
is
it.
from there. He's from Austria. so-
Really?
Yes.
Can
yes,
I
yes.
open it?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's take a. Oh my goodness! This is just
Like today's.
like today's.
60 years later, it's still the same format. That's what's incredible. He created something that to this day is loved and used.
And you know what? My boys used to love these.
Yes.
And now my granddaughters love them.
And
so
Disney
it's
bought
crazy.
them. Have you seen the Disney displays?
I haven't.
Oh, Disney is huge. They have whole Legolands and everything.
Well, I heard of Legoland in California.
Yeah, and they have it in Florida. I've seen it. They have big dinosaurs. Legos keep growing. People love them. I mean, the man created something that is still around to this day.
And what's so wonderful, it brings forward the creativity of the children.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And a real intelligent level, puzzles, math.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I found them, and
what
it
are you
was
selling
incredible.
these gems for?
I found them at a flea market in Austria, but I'm selling them for $150
For the set.
for the whole set.
For the
yes.
whole set.
Yeah, I could see them back on display.
That would,
Somebody.
that would
yeah.
be so fun.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who love
my
these things, all ages. All
These
ages.
are so unique.
I know, aren't they just amazing?
You are so unique.
I'm unique. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, I'm so glad you brought them in.
Yeah,
Thanks,
well-
see?
Oh, you're
That's
very
fun.
welcome. You're very welcome. All right, I'll see you later.
Hey, Phyllis, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. What is all this?
Well, we came across this. This is Warren Moon. He has a helmet that's been signed, and his football has been signed.
Oh, it's Warren Moon. I have no clue.
He was born in Los Angeles, California
Okay.
in 1956, and he went to the University of Washington, and from there he went to the Oilers
Houston Oilers. Okay, I know something.
And he was there for 19 years. He chose number 1 when he was in the university because he wanted to be the number 1 guy, and he wanted his teammates to know that he was always there to help.
Oh, for Pete's sake, what a story. That's incredible.
He also won, while he was with Canada, he won 5 Grey Cups, which are...
What is that?
That's the Canadian awards.
Oh, okay.
But he won 5 straight rewards then. So.
I know nothing about football. Absolutely nothing. What, do you know what position he played?
Quarterback.
Quarterback, of course.
And then he signed when he left Canada, he signed with the Houston Oilers, and he played there for 19 years.
Okay. He got around, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He also played with the Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks and Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, has he been inducted into the Hall of Fame at all?
Yes, he's the first one that was put in with NFL and CFL to be a
Canadian Football League.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow, pretty impressive.
Yes.
Wow. How much are these going for?
The helmet's going for $120 and the football's going for $70.
You know, I truthfully do not know football, but that sounds a pretty reasonable price to me for something that, where are you going to get another one?
Right, that's true.
I mean, this is amazing. Did you get this from a collector or what?
Yes.
From a collector,
We bought it from a collector.
Yeah. What a lucky find.
Yes, we thought so.
Well, I think somebody's going to love it. Not me, but
somebody, yeah.
A guy probably.
There you go. Now the guys know that there is stuff in here for them.
You know, we have so much sports stuff, and it's great. I joke that it's the guy thing, but it's not. The gals love it just as much. Some of them are bigger sports fans than the guys are.
Yes, they are.
So we got an incredible selection, and this is going to fit in beautifully. So thank you for bringing it.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Chris, I am so enamored with your whole case here. It's filled with beautiful, beautiful glass. Are you a collector?
I am actually. I've been collecting now since I was about 18 years old.
Oh my goodness. What a strange collection for a young man of 18.
It really is. It's funny because my grandparents' neighbor, she collected Depression glass, and so that's what I started with.
Okay.
And then I had come to Vegas and I visited an antique mall, and they had this glass in this case, and it was just glowing this bright green, and I became fascinated with it, and I started collecting shortly after that.
Oh, I know. Tell me about some of these pieces.
Well, I think what I did today was I selected a few pieces that I think are a little more unique. Mm-hmm. So this is actually one of my favorite patterns that I collect.
It's beautiful.
It's called Spanish lace, and it was made by Northwood starting in 1899.
Really?
Yeah, so you've got to think this is almost 120 years old.
Oh my gosh, and it survived. Look at this.
Survived.
It's beautiful.
I actually have almost every single piece that this company made in this pattern, and this happens to be an extra picture I've had, and so I brought it in hoping that somebody else might need it to complete their collection as well.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. What are you selling this one for?
That piece is marked at $650. Some of the pieces in this pattern can go on in excess of thousands of dollars.
Really?
For the super rare ones. This is on the rare side, but it's not the most rare.
Now, this is all Vaseline.
Most of this is all Vaseline. This piece here is not Vaseline.
Right.
That's actually Bohemian, made by Loetz, and this is a piece made by Mount Washington in the 1880s.
Now, the Loetz has this sheen to it, or this iridescent.
Yes,
that's the word I'm looking
beautiful
for.
Iridescence, yes.
Yeah.
This treatment's called silver iris, and that was just a name that they gave for this shiny kind of finish on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now the Vaseline, is it made with uranium? Is that what makes it glow?
There is uranium content. So what happened was, starting in about 1840s, they started using these compounds to create different colored glass. And so it was actually made in Bohemia for the first time, late 1830s, early 1840s, and they used the uranium oxide to give it the yellow color. At that time, they didn't know it would glow under black lights.
Wow. Yeah, we need to get you a black light
We
in that
should.
case.
Yeah, it would
then
really
the whole
glow
case
bright.
would go. Now tell me
Sure.
about this. This is Mount Washington, you
Now,
said?
this is Mount Washington. This is one of their more rare decors. It's called Hawthorne. They have other examples that I've seen that actually have words inscribed in it. Some of those can sell up to $1,000
Oh my
as well.
goodness.
What's unique about this piece is though it's not Vaseline, there is uranium content, so it will glow also.
Really?
Yeah.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, all of their glass that's Burmese, that's where it fades from this pink down to this beautiful satin yellow. All of that will fluoresce
I would
as
just,
well.
if someone had asked me, I would have just called this satin glass.
Sure, sure.
But it has the uranium in
It
it.
has uranium, and their name for it is Burmese.
Oh, it's beautiful. And what is this one selling for?
That one is marked at $295.
Okay. This is more in my budget. But I love it all. What is this? What?
This is actually a pretty unique piece as well. This is made by a company called McKee, and they specialized in a lot of novelty items. If you see here on the side, on the bottom it says Sherry, S-H-A-R-I, and Sherry was a cosmetics company. And so this would hold a compact, a lipstick, and a perfume.
It's an advertising piece.
It is.
Oh
it is. And you would have your little makeup items in it. And,
Oh my
unfortunately, over the years, they've been lost. But I do have one compact in there. And what's really special about it is the compact also says Sherry on the front. And it also has the flowers and butterflies just like the case.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
This is so incredible. And look at this piano.
The piano's a little more recent. That was made, I think, in the 1970s as a novelty item. And this actually was made by McKee as well, which is the same maker as this. Again, they specialized in novelties. And this piece is signed. You don't find many Vaseline glass pieces that are signed.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
No, it's
Wow.
very rare to find a signed piece.
Chris, I have to tell you, I am in love.
Oh, thank you.
I am
thank
in
you.
love. This is up my alley. Now they've shown me fire extinguishers today, which
Oh,
were
wow. Did
very
they use it?
interesting. At one time, and I've seen Legos, but this is my passion. Oh, thank you. I am so glad that you have joined us and that you brought in this fabulous, fabulous collection.
I'm excited to be here.
Oh, good.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Wow.
Michelle,
Hi, Lynn. How you
good to
doing?
see you. I wanted to show you some great Indian pieces I've
Oh,
got.
good. I love to see Indian jewelry.
Yes.
My favorite.
But you know, we can never have too many men's rings.
That's true.
Men-
The men can't. I can.
Right.
Go ahead.
I mean, lots of women's rings, but men come in wanting to have rings.
You're absolutely right.
And so I found a wonderful, wonderful
Wow,
ring
that's handsome.
Now that's very traditional Navajo
Ooh,
style.
I wouldn't mind that for me. Forget the men. That's beautiful.
With the turquoise, the coral, and the wonderful silver. And the Navajos always had done work with the stones, especially turquoise, of course, different turquoise and coral, onyx, and so on and so forth. And their silver work's superb.
Oh, so this is Navajo.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing. I never know what tribe or what Indian tribe they come from. I never know how to recognize them. So the Navajo use different color stones.
Yes,
Okay.
they do. And magnificent pieces. I just want to show you 1 minute this wonderful Arizona Highways magazine. Now, from the 70s, they featured beautiful, beautiful Indian jewelry, much of it being Navajo.
Right.
But, you know, some inlay also, and just jewelry to die for.
Yeah, this has always been a good magazine. They always have some good articles in here on the jewelry.
And especially the 70s.
So what else do you have? I want to see the jewelry, not pictures.
Of course. Okay, so that's our example.
So
of,
you want this back, huh? Go ahead. What's the next one?
I guess we better save it for a man with a big finger.
Yeah, it's too big for me.
Now, the next ring is inlaid, and this style has been used by the Zunis. They do beautiful, beautiful inlay. In fact, the sort of the style of the rings I'm wearing as well. And different stones, onyx, and mother of pearl, and the traditional ones, but as well, in more recent years, they've been bringing more stones into it, like the purple, which is charite, and opal as well. And of course,
Wow.
so it's amazing all the variety that they have.
Interesting.
Now, this one is, I would call unisex because
It
it
is.
can be a man's ring, but it fits me just fine.
Doesn't look bad on my finger.
So this,
Okay, so that's Zuni now.
this is the Zuni style, yeah. Then we also have to represent
Oh.
Hopi work. And the Hopis use the overlay with silver, with black, not so much with the stones, but
Oh,
absolutely
it's more
fabulous.
simplistic, but
Yes.
it's fabulous. Look
Yes.
at that. Oh, I like that.
It is wonderful. I wish I had more Hopi pieces in here. But it's just showing what a variety you can find in the Indian jewelry.
Oh my goodness. Now, are any of these pieces signed?
You know, there was an initial on the Navajo one.
Okay.
And I've got to say, I don't remember, I don't think on the bracelet.
Okay. That's always nice if you can get an artist's signature, but
It is.
But it doesn't detract from it. How much is this piece?
Okay, this is $79.
Really?
And
Wow, that's not bad.
I tried to price
And this is
them-
all sterling, obviously.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
it's beautiful. I like that a lot.
It looks nice on your wrist.
Yeah, it does. And what about the 2 rings?
And okay, the price of the Navajo man's ring, which of course is very large, is $82.
Wow, pretty equivalent. And that seems,
And that's got a lot of silver in it
yeah.
too.
Wow.
And then we get to the Zuni ring, the inlay, which is a much smaller ring, and that's $51.
So they're all, oh my gosh, they're all under 100 and they're silver.
I really
beautiful.
try to keep the prices reasonable.
Well, you did. You
We
really
want
did, Lynn. Wow.
Return business. So the Indian case has a little sign saying men's rings in this case.
We know right, we direct all the men to Lynn. Okay, I get it. All the men go to you.
Thank
All
you
right.
for coming.
See you later.